guys, Uncle Jesse here. This is the M'Baku ceremonial mask from Black Panther. In this week's video, I'm going to be showing how I printed and finished this awesome prop. Before we get started with the build, I just want to say a huge thank you to Rivet.com for sponsoring this week's video. If you're a YouTube content creator like myself and in the need for a website to showcase off your videos in a very professional way, you need to check out Rivet.com. That's actually a service that I've been using now for the past year and I absolutely love it. It's exactly what I was looking for. You can get up and running in seconds and they have over 20 different themes for you to play around with and see what fits your needs best. There are a ton of customization options as well for your website to make it your own. If you're interested in checking out the service, I'll have links down below, or you can head over to rivet.com/UncleJesse, which will also get you 20% off your first year subscription. Now let's get back to that build. So unfortunately, my first print ended up failing. Why exactly? I have no idea. Unfortunately, it had a layer shift at the top. I had no idea what exactly caused that to happen. But the good news is with that, I realized I had actually scaled this incorrectly. I thought I'd gone about scaling this correctly before printing it, but apparently not. It's still a little small. So I went and reprinted this. So I reprinted it and it now looks really, really good. Obviously you can see here that I had to do a color change partially through the print to finish that off, and everything worked perfectly seamless here on the J Aurora A5. This machine is a tank. This thing works really good. I'm really, really happy with how this thing prints. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this before I go off and paint it. Also, I just wanted to mention, you're probably wondering about the printing this upright here with this interesting support structure here that I'm using on the back. Stay tuned tomorrow. I will have another video specifically on this process right here. And once that's posted, if you're watching this video later, you'll find a link in one of these corners here. So let's get this thing cleaned up and painted. All right, before I got to painting the prop, I had to remove all the supports and clean everything up a little bit. I did 0 sanding on this prop, which is amazing. I then applied some primer filler all over the prop, making sure I cover up all that beautiful Zyltech filament. I ended up finding some really cool Rust-Oleum multicolored textured spray paint. It's almost like sprayable sand. This spray paint did a great job hiding some of the layer lines along with giving it that extra textured layer that I was going for. I also ended up picking up some really light brown Krylon spray paint. I sporadically applied this across the prop. Again, just to add another layer of texturing to this. I did not want everything to be uniform. I wanted it to be really uneven in terms of the coloring. So we're now back in my workshop and I am using my favorite thing ever, which is these cheap acrylic paints that you can get for 99 cents or less. I used a variety of different browns, all starting with a light brown and then working my way up to the darker browns. And really, again, just trying to accent as best I can this prop, mimicking how it looked in the movie. I must have applied what feels like 100 different layers of paint on this to really get the look that I was going for. And again, I'm going for a mixture of water and acrylic paint where I brush it on and then wipe it off with paper towel. So it's not exactly clean. I really want it to be grimy, and I'm really trying to get the darker paints into the recessed areas of the mask. Towards the end, I did use some burnt sienna to add, again, a little bit more of a texture to the mask sporadically in areas. There was no real rhyme or reason to it. I was just sort of applying it in areas that I thought made sense and then wiping it off. Again, just trying to make things pop a little bit further. And finally, at the end, I mixed some of the light brown that I had with white to really go back over the helmet, over the accent pieces of the mask. And again, trying to make those pop a good bit more. And again, the process is very much the same. Other than this time, I was not using water. I was just going straight acrylic because I did want this to stick, but not too much.
I also did the same technique over the teeth as well. One thing that I did not capture is that I went back over everything after I was done with one more black wash, just to, again, help really muck up things so that it didn't look as clean, especially those accented painted pieces that I just did at the very end.
All right, so here is the finished piece. This thing was absolutely awesome to build. It's actually a really quick and easy one once you get the thing printed. I should say quick and easy is a relative term. I probably had this all painted from everything from the spray painting to the actual acrylic wet paint brushing techniques that I'm using on this thing. It took probably all in all a day. Obviously the printing took a good bit longer than that. Again, I mentioned before, I have a video that we'll be putting out tomorrow that explains the actual print mechanism that I was using for this, printing vertically versus how I typically print things, which is upside down. And I'm finding some really good results with that, but I'll go into a lot more detail in that video tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, or if it's past tomorrow, there should be a link again somewhere over here. This file was created by Anthony Rose Cruz, and I first saw this over on the Facebook 3D printing armor and weapons forum group there. So if you haven't already joined that, I'll have links down below, but I will also have links to Anthony's file here over on Gumroad. He's actually made all of the tribal masks from Black Panther, and they are absolutely awesome files for you to pick up and print with. I believe this one is 30 bucks over on Gumroad right now. It has straps in the back here, places where you can loop in straps. I went with a piece of elastic here. I didn't go with actually finishing this off. Obviously, I could have put a little bit more effort into finishing it to make it look more authentic from the movie on the back. But there's straps across the back and along the top. Yeah, this thing printed absolutely amazing over on the J Aurora A5. Printed at 0.2 millimeter layer height. I believe 8% infill as well on this here. And that machine just does an awesome job with cosplay props here. I did have an issue that I mentioned previously with the layer shift in the top portion of the helmet. Still have no idea what exactly caused that to happen. It just happened to be maybe a fluke with that particular print. But this one turned out ridiculously nice. I did end up finding some really cool spray paint for this project that I use as the base for this before I started painting it. And it's this Rust-Oleum multicolored texture spray paint. It actually feels like sand that you're spraying onto the prop. Since this is supposed to be almost wood-like, or it is supposed to be wood-like, I'm not 100% sure, but I have to assume it was supposed to have been carved out of wood. I wanted it to have a little bit more of a grainy feel than what I could have got just from using the straight off the printer and painted. So adding that gave it a little bit more texture that you can feel when you're holding this. And then obviously I went and did all of the acrylic painting that you guys saw there in the time lapse and voiceover. There was just a lot of layering on top of layering of different shades of brown that I used to get this effect, and then use some brown mixed with black towards the end to really sort of accent and make things pop even more. I absolutely love this prop, and as you see here behind me in the corner over here, I have T'Challa's there that I still have to print and finish. Actually, I've already printed it. I need to clean it up and finish it. But if you're interested in printing one of these for yourself, highly recommend doing that and checking out Anthony's files down on the links below. Also, again, you have links down below for the Facebook group. I'm always checking out that Facebook group, seeing what everybody else is printing. People are sharing files that they are producing or selling, or maybe they're giving away for free. It's just an awesome, inspirational place to go and hang out and see what other cosplay prop makers like myself are out there making. I just want to say thanks again for watching, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave me a comment down below. Hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, which you should, hit that little ring bell and ring-a-ding-ling-a-ling bell. It'll make sure that you stay on top of any new videos that I post. Hey, thanks again for watching, you guys, and I will see you next time. And make sure to stick around tomorrow. We'll be talking about printing upside down versus vertically. Vertically, horizontally? I can't remember. Normal, upside down. I'm very quickly running out of space behind me, and I'm gonna need another one of these shelves, or just start making this whole wall off to the side here, places where I can start hanging props. Maybe I should do that.